Welcome back. High schools across Texas are adapting to a new UIL rule concerning student athletes. Coaches or officials are required to take a reading on a wet bulb thermometer that looks just like that. It's a special device that accounts for air temperature, humidity, wind speed, the angle of the sun, and any cloud cover. It's about as comprehensive as you can get, and the reading has to come in below 9.2 for students to be able to practice outside. Sherman Chow got a first-hand look at the new equipment at a football practice in Houston.
We shot this earlier in the day at 11:30 a.m. and the heat was already brutal. There is ice, water, brakes, all the traditional cool-down aids. But this year, something new, the wet bulb, which reads
humidity, the ambient temperature, wind speed, and then I think that the radiation angle and things like that puts it in some fancy formula and gives us a temperature reading that determines, what we can and can't do.
Different readings allow for different tiers of practices with different durations, required breaks, and the amount of gear worn. Coaches also use a weather app purchased by school districts for monitoring weather. It includes the wet bulb readings and what practice tier is allowed.
Let's go, running backs, let's go. As coaches, what we constantly have kind of govern us, if you will, because we don't have our laptops or meteorologists, standing next to us.
Afternoon practices are hard to predict. Some days they're canceled or executed just halfway.
I personally think the wet bulb is supposed to be more accurate, but it seems definitely more strict than the heat index for sure.
Wet bulb reading applies not just to football players, but all high school athletes. My kids happened to run track when they were in high school, and on hot days they would pour water onto the surface of the track so that sprinters' hands could tolerate the heat. It is a little toasty when they get into those starting blocks. All kinds of new and old ways to try and keep kids safe.